Stella in the beat. We're back with another color with me, but also today is a tutorial on how to achieve this really cool, realistic water droplet effect on leaves. This technique is so cool. Don't mind Kokomo, he has opinions that he must share. Yeah, yes you do. I had so much fun doing these water droplets and I'd love to show you guys how to achieve this. So if you'd like to learn how to do these water droplets and just do a chill color with me, keep on watching. Today we are using the Vivi Tinta coloring book Buzzy Buddy, which is super cute. Before we begin, we're going to grab our page protector and pop it underneath our page to prevent the markers from bleeding through. And I will be mostly using brush tip Ohuhu markers today. For the leaves, these are the four main colors we'll be using. So when I refer to the lightest green, this green is the one I'm referring to. Same with the darkest, and then medium are these ones. Because I will just say lightest, darkest, and medium, but that's just reference for you guys so you know what colors to be using, the lightest or darkest. For the leaf, I just honestly slapped some colors on there. I started with the lightest. Like I always say, I like to start lightest and work my way darkest, but I'm just doing like a monstera leaf almost, just sort of doing little strokes, adding a bit of depth. I do really like how this leaf turns out. I like this sort of style. You're just doing little strokes and going from lightest to darkest. So now it's time for our raindrop. Starting with our medium shade, we're just going to map out a circle. And then with our slightly darker medium shade, we're just going to deepen that up a little bit. And then with our lighter shade, we're just going to blend out those harsh lines. Going back in with our medium shade, and we're just going to go over just where we went again to deepen it up a little bit, adding a bit of depth, but also adding a shadow off to the side there. I want the raindrop to have a little bit of a shadow on the other side. And to achieve this, we're going to go in with our lighter medium shade. Now we're going to go in with the darkest green, and we're going to use the fine tip point, and we're going to go over our initial circle. And then going in with our medium green to blend out that harsh line. There is a lot of back and forth for blending. Now we're going to go in with our white acrylic pen, and we're going to do where the light would hit, which would be the top of the raindrop, and then also at the base of the raindrop. This is a new technique I've just started doing and I love it. Grabbing the colorless blender, because this is just an alcohol marker full of liquid essentially, we're just going to go over that bottom white line and blend out the edges just a little bit. I noticed this gives the raindrop an even more 3D effect. This just changed the game for me. I love it. And then I do go back in with the acrylic marker to make that white even more vibrant. And now we're going to follow that exact same process step by step for every other raindrop. Practice makes perfect. The more raindrops you do, the better you'll get at this. While I was doing this, I also didn't know how many raindrops I wanted to do. I sort of wing it. You can't do too many raindrops in my opinion, because it's raining. So there's going to be raindrops on some leaves. Now that I've done all the raindrops, I'm going to go over the leaves and do like little tiny thin squiggly lines with our white acrylic marker. This sort of gives the illusion of like a drizzle of rain on the leaves. And with those exact same greens I've been using, I'm going to just do the rest of the page. For the moss and the grass, I like to go from lightest to darkest again and adding little dot textures to it all so it looks like it's greenery, it's full, it's mossy. Once again, just another technique I like to do. Now I'm just going to go in with my grey shades from that Cocoa Wire Ohuhu collab. So I believe it's the light grey, medium grey, and pigeon grey. And I'm just going to do the rocks. And then with the fawn brown, I'm going to do the dirt and the wood. You'll see here for the wood, I tested out the cherry taupe shade and I didn't like it. I instantly went over it with the fawn brown. Sometimes you can just do a little dash of alcohol marker, and if you don't like it, it is so easy to go over that, especially if the color isn't as dark as the one you want to cover it with. I love alcohol markers. Now it's time for the water. Because it's rainy, I don't want the blues to be too vibrant or too mint shades, so I'm going in with these pale blues. And I'm actually going to do the water a little bit differently than I normally would. I'm going to do the ripple shapes of the water with the white acrylic marker first, and then going in with the darker blue to add the depth. Normally I would do the depth with the dark blue, but I felt like changing it up today, and I really don't mind this technique. I also love adding the acrylic marker little spots everywhere on the outside where the water would be crashing into the side, so it looks like it's splashing. With the same blues, I'm going to do the flowers. With the sandy beige and this warm tone grey, I'm just going to do the mushrooms. I don't know if you have picked up on it, but every color I place down, I make sure to put in more than one area. So like the red of the ladybug, I'm going to put on the snail. I love to have a cohesive color palette. I never like using one color and never touching it again. That is just personal preference. I am going in with these Montmartre markers for the grey because I go through my greys like no tomorrow, so they're all pretty much running out. But I really like this Arctic grey because it's got a blue undertone. And my camera died before I could fully show you how I did these strokes, but all I did was I went in with that slightly darker grey and just did little strokes in the sky. Barely made a difference, but just adding that little bit darker grey and just streaking it on there, it adds a little more depth. Now I'm going in with my white acrylic marker and adding highlights to my whole picture. I actually decided to make this sky even darker, so I can show you how I'm doing that streaking technique with the sky. Grabbing this Arctic's darker grey, I'm going to lightly stroke this grey into the sky. There's our picture done, but before we completely finish, we gotta grab our page palette and fill out our colour palette. If you guys would like to check out these page palettes, they are linked in the description. And there is our page all finished. I love this page. This might be one of my favorite ones I've done in this book. Maybe even this year. I love how the leaves have turned out. I think this looks fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I absolutely love doing these water droplets and I had so much fun doing it again for you guys today. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful. If you guys try and do this technique yourselves, please tag me at TaylorMarie __ on Instagram or TaylorMarie on TikTok. I'd love to see how you guys go. But yes, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!